everybody. I'm joined today by Amina Al Mahari, otherwise known as Moon, the first Emirati snowboarding and trailblazer athlete. Welcome, Amina, to Seagull Women. It's great to have you part of the summit. And obviously, we pre-recorded this interview as you will be in Canada when we actually take the summit's taking place. Do you want to tell me what you're doing in Canada?
Well, I'm glad to be joining you today. I'm currently on a training trip in Canada, so unfortunately, I could not have joined this in person.
Fantastic. So, why is the topic athletes with a purpose important to you? I believe you're only 16, is that right?
Yeah, I am only 16.
When I was 16, I can't remember what I wanted to be. It might have been a lawyer. I should have picked a snowboarder, right?
Some people would like to go down this path.
Yeah. So, what attracted you to hitting the slopes? When it's not a sport traditionally associated with the UAE or the Middle East, what made you go for it?
So I originally started snowboarding as a hobby when I first started, when I first started it, on a family trip in Bosnia. And like I said, it started off as a hobby. It was more something that we just did whenever we were on winter trips with the family. And then I competed in my first competition, in Ski Dubai. I think it was in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know, it just sparked something in me. The adrenaline that runs through you when you're doing it, the joy that you feel when you land your full run, I just wanted to continue doing it. And I think that's the moment where I decided to take it from just a hobby and move on to something more. And I have not looked back since.
You've not looked back. You must have been really good at it, and it would be great to show a couple of videos of you in action. What do you think the toughest moments in your career so far as a professional snowboarder, and how did you overcome them?
I'd say definitely my injuries. So injuries and mental struggles that go along with it. Because it takes a lot to get injured doing something that you love and something that you want to continue, and then recover from it and go straight back into it and let go of the fear of doing it, knowing that you got injured previously, and just the mental battle that goes along with it, which is why a lot of athletes, so do I, have mental coaches along our sides that help us get ready for comps, get over fears, any fears that we have towards the sport. It's just a really good way to set your mind and have it clear before you jump in and do your sport.
Yeah, I know all about injuries. I've got a hand injury at the moment, and it's very frustrating. And I know just having that mental and physical resilience. I didn't do mine snowboarding. I did mine actually walking. Can you believe it? But I know how difficult it is to overcome mentally. Especially, I love staying fit, so I have full sympathy there. Trust me. What does it mean to you to be the first female Emirati snowboarder competing internationally? We're still in the age of the first female, which I can't believe. We need to get out. So get out of being the first, but you are one of the third, well, you are the first. How special is that to you? And do you believe it can change lives?
I'm very honored to be the first female and person in general in the sport in my country. But I definitely don't feel it. Like, it's just another day for me. I'm just snowboarding. I'm doing this thing I like. And it just happens to be that I'm the first to do it. And I definitely think that we should have a lot more people doing it. And I hope that I've inspired a whole lot of other people to follow my track and want to do the sport alongside with me. And hopefully I'll still be in the sport when they decide to join me.
Fantastic. How do you see the power of athletes in driving social change, both on and off the snow rather than the field?
So in a way, I am leading a social change by being the first Emirati snowboarder. But it definitely takes influence from everyone on the field because it's from other athletes, it's from professionals in the industry. So it's not just a personal change that has to happen, and that happens on and off snow. I mean, on snow, we're always talking about it. We constantly have these discussions, and off snow, having conversations like these or going to set events that lead a social change has put you in the steps of moving forward to hopefully make those changes.
It just shows you, I mean, that leadership is ageless. You can be a leader at whatever age. And I'm personally really inspired by your story of being the first, not just the first woman, but the first. And I'm sure a whole host of young girls in the UAE are following you. Have you received any messages or seen any signs of impact from younger girls that are looking up to you? And how do you deal with that?
I think I've seen a bit of influence whenever I go back to Ski Dubai, whenever I have the chance to, when I'm in Dubai. And I head back into the dome, and seeing a lot more girls in there and doing the stuff that I used to do. That's a very big pinpointer for me. And I think the first time that I did see it and I did see that change, I was actually shocked and I was very proud that it's happening and it's happening in front of my eyes. And I have been getting a few messages from a couple of young girls in snowboarding and from other sports, and just expressing that they've seen me and they've heard my interviews, or they're just taking mine as an inspiration and they've actually gone for the sport that they've wanted to go for a while. But I finally gave them, or they've said that I finally gave them the courage to go for it. So yeah.
Fantastic. So it's transcended all sports, your influence, which is amazing and really, really exciting. So you were part of a bigger movement to inspire change, I think, not just in women's sports, but in the UAE and beyond. And going on to, we lead a global mentorship program for female leaders in the industry, encouraging them to transcend into board role positions. It's open for women 21 or over. Do you think you will, when you're 21, join and be part of creating this global legacy for mentorship?
I think mentorship is important at any age, and for sports and out of sports, and definitely coming from the women in sports, I think mentorship is really important. But yeah, I would be completely honored to join it once I turn 21.
Well, I'll hold you to that. Maybe I need to lower the age, and I've got it wrong in terms of when women are starting out and girls are starting out, in the industry, because it seems like this is going to be, you're going to be part of the sports industry for a very, very long time. Just looking, I always like to ask my guests, what advice would you give to your younger self, and to other younger women and younger girls in the industry? What is your one piece of advice that you would give them?
I would say if you can dream it, then you can achieve it. So why not go for it?
Brilliant. And I'd only add to that is dream big, because even though you're surrounded by sunshine, you can actually be a professional snowboarder. So dream big and dream outside the limits. Thank you so much, Moon. You've been a fantastic guest, and I look forward to continue working with you and following your career beyond. And good luck in Canada.
Thank you so much. I was very happy to be able to join our meeting today.